Hello everyone, very good afternoon to each one of you. My name is Shantanu Rana and today I will be taking this session on how to switch your career from non-programming to programming. So I understand that a lot of you are from different backgrounds. Let's say somebody will be from BSc, somebody will be from BTech Civil Engineering, BTech Mechanical Engineering, and you want to get into the IT industry, you want to get into the field of programming. How can you do that? How can you switch your career from non-programming to programming? All of that we will be discussing in this particular session. But before we start with this session, I would like to get a quick confirmation in the chat whether I'm clearly audible, visible, my screen is visible or not. So please let me know in the chat that whether I'm audible, my screen is visible or not. All right, so Rajiv is saying hi. Hi Rajiv. Hello everybody. A very good afternoon to all of you. Please let me know in the chat box by writing yes or no. So if my screen is visible, I am clearly visible and audible, please write yes. Otherwise, write no. All right, I see Pradnesh is writing yes. Thank you so much for confirming, Pradnesh. Other students, please let me know. Okay, yes again. Yes, Rajiv is saying yes. Perfect, guys. Bikash is saying yes. Perfect. Thank you, everybody, for confirming. So let's just get started with this particular session. So before we actually get into the depth of it, let's first of all try to understand that what are the major factors while choosing your career path. We cannot just choose a career path because it's high paying, or we cannot choose a career path just because the growth opportunities are good. We cannot choose a career path just because the brand of the company is very good. We have to find a way where there's a good balance of all these things. So when you are choosing your career, there are five factors that you should definitely keep in your mind. So each individual has his or her own preferences. The following are some of the primary factors that most candidates examine while deciding on a career path. Let's say you like digital marketing, you are passionate about it, so you want to become a digital marketing specialist. How will you do that? What is the salary for that? What are the growth opportunities for that? Is there any job security? You will have to consider all those things. If you want to get into the field of software engineering, web development, maybe front end, back end, anything, you want to do that, you cannot just go with passion, or similarly you cannot just go with skills. You need a combination of a lot of things. So these are the five major factors that you should keep in your mind while you are choosing a career for yourself. Number one is definitely salary, the compensation or the monetary part of it. Then growth and opportunities. You cannot choose a field in which there are no growth and opportunities. For example, these days you must have heard a lot of people talk about data science. Now we all know that we are generating data at each and every second. Right now I'm taking this live session and we are taking tons of data. We are generating that data. You are using your mobile phone, you are generating data. You're using Instagram, Snapchat, you're doing nothing but generating data. Since we are generating this much of data, so definitely we can use that data into getting some good insights about any organization, about any business, and we can make changes accordingly. So that data field is definitely going to boom in future. So that's a good career choice because there are very good growth career opportunities in that particular field. So that's also one thing. Then job security, brand, job satisfaction. These are five major things which are extremely important when you are choosing your career path. So salary, growth and opportunities, security or job security, brand, and job satisfaction. So these five things you should definitely keep in your mind. Now, what is the first step that you should do? That okay, you have decided to get into the field of programming. Let's say you come from any background and you want to get into the IT industry, you want to get into the field of programming. What is the first step that you will do? Definitely, you will have to start with the research part. You will have to do your homework. Now, how do you start your homework? First of all, start exploring, just start doing your research, get to know why do you want a career switch. What is the main reason? Maybe you are not satisfied with your current job, or maybe there are not good growth opportunities in the field that you are right now, or maybe you are a fresher but you feel more inclined towards the field of programming. What is that main reason? You have to figure that out. Only then you will be able to have a concrete career choice for yourself. So the very first thing is, why do you want a career switch? What is the reason behind that? You have to explore that. You have to do your research. Then what do you want in a programming career? What are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to job satisfaction? Are you looking forward to more career opportunities, more growth opportunities? or what exactly is that you are looking forward to? Maybe you are looking for a 100% hike in your salary, or maybe you are looking for something else. What is that field where you are, what is your main attention, what is grabbing your attention about the field of programming? You have to understand that as well. That should be a part of your research. Then what do programmers work on? If you want to get into some field and you do not know what do they do, then what's the point of getting into that anyway? First of all, you clearly have to analyze why do you want to switch to programming. Then you have to analyze what exactly you are looking forward to, and then you have to see what are the skill set which is required in order to get into that field. What are the competencies which are required? Maybe you are very passionate about getting into the field of programming, but you do not have the required skill set. Then definitely that will be an issue in future. Because if your passion does not translate into your skill set, then you will not be able to achieve the kind of success that you want to get into that field. In order to get success, you have to be passionate. Along with that, you have to develop the skill set, the knowledge, the abilities, the competency required in order to get that job. That is very much important. So you will be able to understand all those things once you start exploring and start doing your research. So these are certain questions that you should definitely anticipate in your mind, and you should try to answer it before you switch your career. Now, read stories and blog posts about how others have switched their career to programming. You must be knowing at least 2 3 people in your life who have switched their career from non-programming background to programming background. Ask them what are the questions they have considered, what are the career choices that they have made in order to switch to programming field, what are the courses they have done, what are the trainings they have done, how do they come up with that particular career choice, and how did they make that possible. Ask them questions, get to know, and then make your own direction. Reach out to people who have switched their career on LinkedIn and ask them your questions. Again, we all know that LinkedIn is one very good platform which can help you in that direction. While you are doing your research, while you are exploring, you can connect with a lot of people who have switched their career in the past. You can get in touch with them, you can ask them all your doubts, you can ask them the skill set which is required, you can ask them about the passion that is required in order to switch your career. Get to know all these things and then make a better career choice which is holistic, where you have taken the point of views of everybody who has done the same in the past. Then browse free courses to learn the basics. Let's say you want to get into the field of programming. Now in programming also there will be thousands of career options. Maybe you want to get into data science, maybe you want to get into data engineering, maybe you want to become a business analyst, maybe you want to get into front end, maybe back end, maybe software engineering. There are tons of options that you can get into. Product management, that also requires a little bit of programming skills. Maybe you want to get into that. So there are thousands of skills that you will be required in order to get into a particular field. Now how will you get to know which field is perfect for you? You cannot just go and make a random decision and that will turn out to be good for you. That's never a good way. You have to do your homework, you have to do your research. Now, a very intense part of this homework, this research is free courses. Now, you have to do some free courses, some small courses where you'll understand the nitty-gritties of that particular course, the nitty-gritties of that particular field, and then you can make a decision that this is where I am interested in, and then you can move in that particular direction. Not everybody will be interested in data science. Similarly, not everybody will be interested in full stack development. Not everybody will be interested in blockchain. Some of you will find data science more interesting. Some of you will find blockchain more interesting. Right? So you have to find out by attending these free courses that what is the right choice for you, even if you want to get into the field of programming. Then consider joining a coding boot camp. You can attend these webinars, workshops, you can join these coding boot camps. You can pay also and attend these courses, and you can see, understand what is the right career choice for you, and then you can make a better decision in order to switch to the field of programming. So these are certain things that you should definitely keep in your mind. As of now, if you guys have any questions, any queries, whatever we have discussed, please put it in the chat box. In general, also throughout this session, whenever you have any doubt, any queries, you want to put any opinion, use the chat box to the fullest, put your opinions in the chat box, and let me know what are your queries, what are your questions, so that I can answer those things either at the end of the session or throughout the session. In the middle of the session as well, I will be taking these Q&A sessions where we'll be answering your queries. So please put it in the chat box that what are your views about it. Any questions you have, just let me know in the chat box, please. All right, so I see a lot of people saying hi, hello, and confirming in the chat box about my voice and my clarity of the visibility of the screen. So thank you so much everybody for confirming. But please let me know in the chat box if you guys have any questions till now. If you do not have any questions, just write no doubts as of now, and then we'll move forward with this session. Right. So overall, all you have to do is basically, if you want to search your switch your career from non-programming to programming, how do you start is first of all, understand why do you want to switch, understand what is there that you are looking forward to. Maybe you are looking forward to a salary hike, maybe more job satisfaction, maybe growth and opportunities. Get those answers, understand what are the skills required, and then to learn those skills, you can join boot camps, you can start doing free courses, you can get in touch with people on LinkedIn to understand what are the decisions that they have made, how they have learned the skills, and then accordingly you can have your direction ready where you can move on in future, right? Okay, so I see a lot of people are saying that no doubts, no doubts. Right, that is perfect. So Pradnesh is saying mechanical engineering to IT field. Yes, Pradnesh, that is exactly what we are talking about. So let's say you are still in mechanical. So what you can do is you can start doing these free courses. So one of the offerings by Great Learning is Great Learning Academy. So if you'll just go to Google and you'll type Great Learning Academy, you will be finding a lot of free courses. So what you can do is, Pradnesh, you can start with those free courses. Let's say you want to get into the field of data science. So we have thousands of courses on the field of data science where you can start from very beginner level, then intermediate, then advanced. So you can start with the beginner level courses which are just for 1.5 to 2 hours. You will be getting a certificate for that as well. Once you'll start attending those courses, start solving those quizzes, you will also have a better picture of what you actually want to do, and then you can make a better decision. Hope that answers your question, Pradnesh. Rahul Kumar is asking me, I am a mechanical engineer. I have 1.5 years of working experience in mechanical design field, but now I want to switch my career to IT. Yes, Rahul, it's completely okay. So first of all, let me just normalize this thing that switching your career is completely okay, and a lot of people do that. If you know, so we also provide PG courses. If you type Great Learning PG courses, you will be getting a lot of courses there. If you go to our website, you will be seeing that there are thousands of students who have actually done that. People come from different backgrounds, maybe BCom, maybe BSc, maybe BTech in civil engineering, maybe BTech in mechanical engineering, and they go for the IT field, they go for the programming field. Now how can you do that, how can you make that possible is by learning the skills. Just understand from that perspective that if you are an organization, you are a business, eventually what do you want? You just want people to be skilled, to have the knowledge and abilities to do their task. So as a recruiter, as a hiring manager, I don't care which background you are coming from, whether you are a civil engineer or a mechanical engineer. If you know how to solve a problem effectively and you can do the task which is given to you in hand, you have the skills for that, I do not have any issue whichever background you are coming from. And that's why a lot of people learn the skills and then they switch their career from non-programming to programming. Now that non-programming can be mechanical, that can be from BCA, that can be from BSc, that can be anything. The matter is to learn the skills. Now to start learning the skills, you can start with the free courses like that's there on Great Learning Academy. Once you'll figure out that this is the career choice that you want to have, this is where you want to get into, then you can start taking a few paid courses, you can start attending these coding boot camps, and eventually you can make a career out of it. So that's the best way. You cannot just take a course and then make a decision. First of all, you have to explore. First of all, you have to do your homework, you have to do your research, and then only you can switch, so you can make a better informed decision. I have science background, can I switch my career to data science or any other? So if you're saying science background, maybe I am understanding that you're talking about bachelor's of science, maybe BSc. Now again, anybody can do that. See, switching career is not about that whether this person can do it or that person can do it. It's all about learning the skills. Now to learn the skills, start with free courses, and you can then take our PG courses. So there we have collaboration with a lot of big universities like Texas University and some many other universities as well. In India also we have collaboration with a lot of IITs, and you can eventually learn those courses. You can switch your career. We also provide job opportunities. So if you want to switch, recently we got a lot of students got placed in Microsoft with a package up to 28 lakhs per annum. We have also an offering by Great Learning called Career Boost, where you can go, you can attend our quizzes and everything, you can do the assessments, prepare yourself for interviews, and apply to different jobs. We have jobs on Career Boost about data jobs, business jobs, management jobs. All these job opportunities are there. You can complete your assessments and then you can apply to those jobs as well, completely for free. So once you'll start doing that, you'll start exploring, you'll also get a better picture of what you actually want to do and how exactly you can do that, right? Okay, Srinivas is again saying, thanks a lot, sir. I am MSc Chemistry. Yeah, again, that's possible, Srinivas. There are a lot of options. It's just that, see, if you are asking me that can you do IT job immediately after your MSc Chemistry, that may not be possible because you may not have the required skill set for that. So start building the skills. See, overall, it's only about the skills. If you have the skill set, nobody is going to say no to you. Now, how you learn those skills, that is very, very important. You cannot just learn the skills randomly and then go to a company and be like, I have learned the skills and then hire me. Nobody is going to hire you for that. You have to have some kind of competency, knowledge, abilities in order to perform the tasks that will be given to you. Now, in order to discuss that in more detail, let's come to the real thing where I'll be telling you what are the top career options that you have for 2022. So I understand that a lot of you are from non-programming background and you may not have good understanding of what are the better career choices. So I have listed down a few career choices that you can definitely think about. I'll be telling you what is the skill required for that, and how exactly are the tasks performed in that particular area. So already I see a lot of people asking me questions about data science. And we all know that each and every moment we are generating data. And if we are generating data, we'll have to analyze that. For that, we have data science. And then eventually that data has to be stored as well. For that, we have cloud computing. And that's how you analyze what is the growth and opportunity in a particular field. So let's start with our first job role, first career option, which is booming in 2022, especially, that is data scientist. Now, what are the tasks which are done by a data scientist? What are the tasks involved in that particular job role? Number one, you identify business issues and provide appropriate solutions. You essentially analyze and interpret complex data to help organizations, and then eventually solve real business problems with analytical skills. Creative problem solving is the core of it. You need to have a very good understanding of mathematics. You need to have a very good understanding of programming skills, statistics, and then you'll have to analyze the data that we all are generating and interpret complex data. That data can be structured or unstructured. You have to interpret the data and find beautiful insights from that to help the organizations, to help the businesses. That's the core of the data scientist job role. Now, what are the skills required for that? These are the tasks that you will have to do if you become a data scientist. But how will you do that? What are the skills required for that? So number one, as I already told you, are the programming skills. For that, you can go for Python, R language, SQL, SAS, or other analytical tools. You also need strong understanding of machine learning algorithms. You also have to be able to create data models, and you need strong foundation in mathematics and statistics. So these are some of the skills which are required by a data scientist. Now let's say you want to start, you coming from, let's say, just now somebody was explaining that they are from mechanical engineering, or Srinivas was telling me that he is from MSc chemistry. Now how can you become a data scientist, right? If you are coming from a different background, start learning these skills. First of all, you can go to Great Learning Academy. You can do our courses on Python. You can learn R language, you can learn SAS, you can learn machine learning algorithms, you can learn data models, you can learn about statistics, mathematics, and these are all free courses on Great Learning Academy. Once you'll attend these courses, you'll learn these courses, then you'll also have a better picture whether you really want to get into it or not. So if you have an informed decision, then in future you can go for our paid courses, and maybe you can full-fledged you can switch your career and then get job opportunities as well. So that's the way to do it. Understand what are the skills required in a field, and start learning those skills. That's called exploration, your research part, your homework part. Once that is done, then you can make an informed decision. Hope that helps you, right? Now, moving forward, second option that we have is second career choice, which is again booming, is full stack developer. Now, when we talk about full stack development, there are three aspects of it. One is the front end part, one is the back end part, and one is the database part. So front end is what you actually see on the website, the outlook of it, the colors, the graphics, the design, whatever is used, that's the front end part. Now the functionality of that is the back end part. Now some people go for front end development, some go for the back end developer role, some into the database. But overall, if you are into full stack development, there are three aspects: front end, a back end, and then your database part. So you will be involved in front end, back end, and database stages of application development, developing applications from scratch and making it effective and efficient, and working with servers, cloud, deploying and doing database connections. So these are the tasks which are of a full stack developer. Now, what are the skills required to perform these tasks again? These are the skills required. So if you want to get into just front end development, maybe you can start with HTML, CSS, JSS, JS frameworks, Angular, Node.js, all these skills. If you want to get into backend, then maybe you can start with Python, PHP, Ruby, etc. Then version control system like GitHub, you need to have a strong knowledge of that. Then cloud and server skills, database skills like MySQL, MongoDB, etc. So these are the skills which are required if you want to get into the field of full stack development. Third option that we have is product manager. That's not completely programming, and we can't really say that programming skills are required by a product manager, but again, it's very good to have programming skills if you want to get into product management. So here the main responsibility is to determine parameters around the product, project, and engineering teams leads the development of the product from conception until its launch, and you'll be responsible to get involved in all stages of product development, starting from inception or conception to the launch of the product into the market space. That entire product life cycle you'll have to manage as a product manager. Then guiding a multifunctional team. These are some of the tasks which are involved when we talk about product manager. And the skills required are again a strong understanding of the product development life cycle, or SDLC, that is software development life cycle. You'll also need knowledge of tools like Jina, Sona, etc., communication, analytical skills, marketing, research skills, and programming skills. If you have, that's again a very good career option that you have, product management. Then one more that we have is AI engineer. So if you want to get into the field of AI engineering, you'll have to oversee, manage, and develop AI initiatives within an organization. Then developing AI models using machine learning and deep learning neural networks to draw business recommendations and insights used to make business decisions. So these are the tasks that you will be performing if you want to get into the field of AI engineer. Now, to perform these tasks, what are the skills which are required? First of all, definitely you'll need programming skills: Python, R language, Java, Torch, TensorFlow, and similar technologies, machine learning algorithms, neural networks, deep learning. You'll also need statistics to build data models, and problem solving skills, rather creative problem solving skills. So these are certain skills that will be required by you if you want to get into the field of AI engineering. Now again, there are so many career options. For example, big data developers, engineers, cloud architects, or computing professionals, software architect or engineers, DevOps engineers, blockchain developers or engineers, IoT solutions architect. These are all the roles in the programming field. Now you will have to understand what are the skills required in these fields and how eventually you can switch your career. Now that completely depends upon you. Out of these career options, which one do you want to choose? So the top career options for 2020, as we discussed, number one is your data scientist, then full stack developer, which includes your front end, back end, and database, then product management, AI engineer, then big data developers, cloud architects, software architects, DevOps engineer, blockchain developers or engineers, IoT solutions architects. So these are some of the major ones. But again, there are so many other options as well in the field of programming, if in the field of IT industry. Now you have to learn the skills by understanding all the concepts starting from the beginner level, do your research, connect with people on LinkedIn, and eventually make an informed decision where you want to get into. Right, so as of now, if you guys have any questions, please put it in the chat box, and then I will be taking you to our Great Learning Academy page where I'll be showing you what exactly are the courses that we have, how exactly you can start learning. Right, so please put it in the chat box if you guys have any questions till now. Okay, Janvi Pandav is saying no, no doubts. Okay, Pranav is asking me about SQL. Pranav will talk about SQL as soon as I'll go to GLA page. I'll be telling you what are the courses that we have and how exactly you can start learning, what are the skills that you can learn in SQL. We'll be talking about that, right? So let's just hold on for a while. Any questions till now that we have discussed? If you still have any doubts, please let me know. And also, if you guys are worrying whether you will be able to, yeah, so if you guys are worrying whether you will be able to switch your career or not, that is again not an issue. You can switch your career. The only point of view that you will have to think about here is from the perspective of skills, whether you have the skills to get into that field or not. If you have the skills, yes, you can switch. If you do not have the skills but you want to switch, then start learning, start doing free courses, and then make an informed decision. Okay, Ninad is asking me, I am from commerce background. Can I make programming an option without any knowledge about programming? Ninad, you can, but you'll have to learn programming. I mean, it's very basic. See, if you are coming from a commerce background or any other background for that matter, science, commerce background, and you want to get into the field of programming, nobody will give you a job and you can learn from there because it's not a school or a college. All you'll have to do is you'll have to learn a few skills, you'll have to fetch a job, and then eventually you can learn during your job and get some experience, and then that will be a overall switch. If you want a fast track, you want to learn and then switch, then you can go to Great Learning. Also, we have a lot of PG courses. You can think about those options, and if you can eventually, you want to learn, you can take those courses, you can pay the fees, start learning, download the brochure, get proper information about it, and then see what are the skills there. But I would suggest, if you have no knowledge about programming, do not directly take a paid course. Start with a free courses, get to know what is the main area in which you'd like to get into. For example, I have shown you some 10-20 options over here. So you cannot take each and every option. Not every option will be suitable for you. Figure out what are the salaries in that area, what are the different skills which are required in that area. Then align it with your interests and then make an informed decision. Hope that helps you, right? Okay, so Srinivas is asking me what is the best resume making for recruiters? Suggest me, sir. So Srinivas, we are taking these live sessions almost every day from 12. One session we have at 12 p.m. and one session we have at 5 p.m. Actually, I have already covered this session where I talked about how can you build an effective resume. But one thing I can tell you, Srinivas, just to, because you have asked the question, this is not really relevant to this session. But again, to help you out with this, Srinivas, one thing that you should keep in your mind while you are designing your resume is, first thing, it should not be more than 2 pages. Second thing, it should have keywords relevant to the field, and it should be tailor made for each job. If you are applying for the role of a data scientist, the resume will be different. If you are applying for the role of a software engineer or full stack developer, the resume will be different. You cannot write all the skills in just one resume and then send it to all the companies, all the job roles. It should be tailored made for each job. Whenever you're applying to any company, read the core values of the company, the job opportunities, whatever the culture of the company is, the vision, mission of the company, what is the job description that is given to you, what are the skills required in that particular job vacancy. Get to know all those things, do your research, and then build your effective resume based upon all that knowledge. You cannot have one resume and send it to all the companies. This is one thing that you should keep in your mind. Get to know the relevant keywords related to your field. Let's say you want to get into front end development, right? So for that, let's say the skill is HTML, let's say the skill is Node.js. So how will you start learning that? How will you put that in your resume? Write that wherever you can find a place, you can write that so that that keyword is there. Because these days a lot of HRs, they do not go through your resume manually. There are AI softwares where your resumes will be put and the resumes will be selected based upon the data of the existing employees. So make sure you add relevant keywords. It's not more than 1 to 2 pages, and it is also very very always remember the 4 C's of resume. It should be concise, it should be correct, it should be clean, and it should be consistent. So remember the 4 C's. Do not over exaggerate things. Write everything which is relevant and add keywords as well in order to make sure that your resume will get selected if the selection is done through an AI software or something. Hope that helps you, Srinivas. We cannot go in more details of this because we will be covering it in some other session, but as of now I think this helps you. So if you guys have any questions, any queries, please put it in the chat box. If you guys have no questions, I'll take you through the Great Learning Academy page and I'll be telling you what are the free courses that we have. So please put it in the chat box and let me know. All right. So let's go to our Great Learning Academy page, and there I'll be telling you that what are the different courses that we have, what are the skills that you need. Okay, Janvi, thank you so much for confirming. I see people saying no questions. Perfect. So if you go to mygreatlearning.com/academy. So this link is already shared in the chat box. This is our Great Learning Academy page where you will be getting a lot of free courses. There are 1000 plus free courses, and we also have a career boost where you can apply to jobs. So as you can see over here, there are 1000 plus free courses that we have, 30,000 plus jobs which are posted on career boost. So if you'll type career boost great learning, you will be finding that as well. And we have a lot of content over here based upon different skills that we have. So if you see over here, in great learning also we have these sessions coming up. There are a lot of live sessions that we take. This week we have taken live session, one at 12 p.m., one at 5 p.m. Today also we have one live session at 5 p.m. You can attend that as well to learn more about interview preparation and career switching, all these things. Right, so if you go here, you will be able to see what are the free courses that we have. For example, let's say somebody was asking me that they want to switch to data science. You can just go to data science and you can start learning these courses. So these are mostly beginner level courses, and then you can take the intermediate level as well. So for example, this first course, data science foundations, you can start with that, start learning, and you can see whether it is the field which is right for you or not. Similarly, if you want to go to, let's say, cyber security, you can again come here and start with this introduction to cyber security, introduction to ethical hacking. If you want to learn basic skills as well, let's say digital marketing or communication skills, even if you are getting into data science, product management, anywhere, communication is one skill which is required. Public speaking is required everywhere. So if you want to learn all these things, you can come to interview preparation, data science interview questions and answer, Python interview questions and answers, ML interview questions and answer. All these things are provided over here. If you want to get into sales and all as well, that is also there. But as this session is more about if you want to switch from non-programming to programming, the very first thing that you should do is you should start attending these free courses. So go to IT and software, see these different courses that we have in different domains, attend these courses. Go to IT, software, data science, ML, artificial intelligence, deep learning, you want to understand anything, whatever we have discussed, start learning, get to know what is the right field for you, and make a better decision at the end of the day, right? Okay, so Shubham is asking me, I am from mechanical engineering background. I want to change my career to IT profession. I have 2 to 3 certificate from Great Learning app. So my second question is, those certification have values in IT industry? Yes, definitely, Shubham. It does add value to your resume when you will be sending it when you want an IT job. For example, let's say you are coming from a mechanical background, but you want to get into some company and you want to get into the IT role for that. Now, if you have not done anything, definitely your resume will get rejected because the other person, the hiring manager, the recruiter will think that you have not the required skills. But you have done these courses, you have attached those certificates, you have mentioned it in your resume. There are very high chances that the person will see that you are actually interested in the field. If you are interested and you are doing nothing about it, nobody is going to believe you. But if you are interested and you are doing these courses, attending webinars, attending these live sessions, definitely you'll have a lot to talk about in the interviews. You'll have to a lot of certificates to put in your resume, and that will definitely help you. These are all recognized certificates, as we all know. You can mention it in your LinkedIn profile, in your resume, and that will definitely help you in one way or the another. But again, these are just mostly beginner level or intermediate level courses to start with. Once you start with these courses, you have understood it, and then full-fledged, if you want to switch your career, you can again go to Great Learning and you can do our pre-G courses. For example, if you just go to Google and you type Great Learning and enter, you will be able to see the very first course. That is the very first link. That is mygreatlearning.com. As soon as you go to mygreatlearning.com, you will be able to download the brochure. You will be able to see what are the different PG programs that we have, and eventually you can buy any of these courses in future once you have made an informed decision, and then you can start from there. And you will be able to see there are so many different students who have got placed in different companies like Accenture, Amazon. They have switched their career, and they all come from different backgrounds, and they have switched their career. So these are all not from programming background. They all come from different background, like you people, like mechanical, like BSc, and then they attend these courses and switch their careers. So that helps. You can download the brochure by going to mygreatlearning.com, and eventually you can change your career as well. Hope that helps. Yeah. Yes. Thank you for confirming, Janvi, Shubham. Thank you, everybody. So if you guys do not have any questions, we'll wind up this session. Again, if you guys have any questions, I'll wait for 2 to 3 minutes. Please put it in the chat box. Satyaranjan is asking something related to BC and MCA, but Satyaranjan, can you please rephrase your question? The question is not very clear to me. You are asking that after MCA, the package is very small, so you want to switch to MCA. So can you please rephrase it? I'm unable to understand the question. Alright guys, so I don't think there are any more questions. Thank you so much everybody for attending this session and being very attentive throughout. If you guys have any queries, you can again go to our YouTube channel. You can see all the videos and you can, start learning. The best thing that we can do is we can start. And we have to start now if you want to switch your career. We cannot just wait for 3 more years and then eventually it won't happen. We'll have to start learning the courses. So go to our YouTube channel, go to our GLA page, that is Great Learning Academy. Start doing these free courses, get a direction in your head, and then eventually you can make an informed decision. Again, thank you so much everybody. Have a good day.